Hey everybody, this is Kai Terry here with Kai Talks About, and here is my pet rat snake, pet black rat snake, Lora. So she's a baby, as you guys can tell, and she's also a female. I can tell because of how her body and tail, how that ends. So for a female, typically it tapers off pretty quickly, the tail and body region. But for a male, from my research, if Lora was a boy, that tapering off would be a lot less dramatic than you see here. So I got her from Underground Reptiles. I've had her for about a month or so, and she's pretty chill right now. I'm actually getting her out of her container, out of her enclosure. She was pretty agitated because I don't normally handle her throughout the day. Typically, it's in the afternoon to nighttime. So she was pretty upset, and she struck at me a couple times, but she wasn't intending any harm. She was just saying, "Hey, Kite, leave me alone. I don't feel like being bothered," especially because she was in her warm hide, just relaxing, honestly, and enjoying the heat. So I'm going to go ahead and put her back in her enclosure, and we're going to actually talk about the enclosure that I made for her. Alrighty, Laura, it is time to go back into your enclosure. Come on. Typically, when I let her go, she goes straight to her cool hide. And then as she relaxes, she goes back to her warm hide. So actually, she doesn't want to go to her cold hide. She just wants to go around for a little bit, but that's okay too. So let's go ahead and discuss her enclosure. So now that we have Laura back in her enclosure, let's talk about her actual enclosure. So this was all custom made by me. I made all all this plexiglass, put everything together, and I'm actually quite happy with how it came out. So, of course, as with most projects, if not every project I have, this is Arduino controlled. So there are several components to making this automated project. That is the heat lamp, the sensor. This sensor can tell the temperature, the humidity, and the heat index, which is the temperature it feels like. I have the fan, which is currently on, and I have my I to C LCD that tells humidity, temperature, and the heat index. And of course, I have my Elegoo microcontroller. So the point of this is to maintain the temperature at all times, whether I'm here or not here. And I know it's pretty big for Laura, but I wanted to future-proof it so that I could just keep her in this one container, and this is what she needs for the rest of her life. She has a nice little water bowl in the middle, and I'm actually going to start installing plants and whatnot, fake plants, in the near future. Just decoration, because I just finished those a couple days ago. But in any case, let's talk about the Arduino portion of it. So as you can tell, if you look about here, there's definitely a temperature gradient. So here it's warm and dry. Here it's cool and wet. I actually spray the entire enclosure, but this side, of course, with all this heat coming out, is going to dry up a lot quicker than this side. And how this works is when the temperature, well, not the temperature, we go by the heat index. So when the heat index is at or below 75 degrees Fahrenheit, this fan, which is currently on, turns off, and this heat lamp activates. And this is actually HVAC, an HVAC system, a heating, ventilation, and AC unit. So when this turns off, this allows no ventilation temporarily, and it allows the heat to build up inside of this enclosure a lot quicker, because I actually did a test where I would check and see what is the highest temperature this enclosure can get in, with Laura being gone, of course, and with the fan being on. And the highest I could get was about 72 to 75 degrees, right? And that's with the fan being on. When the fan is off, it just keeps going up. I don't know the temperature, because I know that it went above the 85 degrees that I felt comfortable Laura being in. So that's why anytime it's 75 degrees or below, this turns off so that the temperature can build up quickly. And then when the temperature is at or above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, then this turns off, and this fan turns on. So you have about a 10-degree temperature range, 75 to 85 degrees, that this enclosure is constantly at. So it's either heating up to 85 degrees or cooling down to 75 degrees. And she seems to really, really like it. Right now, I think she's just going to go to her warm side because she seems to like it a lot more, it being warmer and drier, because it gets pretty warm and she gets pretty agitated when you try and remove her from it. So there she is going inside her warm hide. She's like, ooh, it's toasty in here. And I've actually opened it up. I had to open it up to get her because she's now always in here. And she gets pretty agitated when you take her out when she's here. During the nighttime, she'll come here, but during the daytime, I try not to bother her, but I did for this video. But she does not like it because she's really comfortable in there. So I actually have several pets. I have Lora, and I have 2 other pets. If you guys follow my Instagram, Kai Talks About, you'll actually already know about the rest of my animals. But for right now, this is the enclosure that I'm going to have for Lora. I'm going to replicate it I'm going to duplicate this entire system for the rest of my pets. But I'm really glad how this all turned out. I'm probably most likely going to post this to my website, kaitalksabout.com, so you guys can know how to make it, this enclosure for your pets. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends as well, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video, and goodbye.